What if there was one easy task that took less than a minute to do and that practically guaranteed you would hit your goal weight? Would you do it? On my 80-pound weight loss journey, I found that this one thing was ultimately the reason I had success. The problem is most people are doing this wrong. The task is really simple. It's just to weigh yourself every day. Now, probably about half the people just clicked off this video because a lot of people hate the idea of weighing. I know I certainly did. Back when I was obese, I did not want to get on the scale. I had struggled with my weight my entire life, and I thought of the scale as my enemy, the thing that made life unfun and that made me feel bad when things were not going well. But some magical things started to happen when I finally changed my thinking about the scale. In this video, I'm going to take you through the basic process and show you some mistakes to avoid. And we're also going to talk about what to do if you're just really scared to get on the scale. Now, the actual process of weighing yourself is easy to do. It's also really easy not to do, as you probably have experienced if you've ever gone for a long time, weighing yourself and then just getting out of the habit. So the first step is to set yourself up for success, which means you need to place your scale next to the toilet that you use in the morning when you wake up. The idea here is you want to grease the skids. You do not want to forget this. You don't want to give yourself an excuse. The second step is to, after you've gone to the bathroom in the morning, then you get on the scale. Now, the reason to do it at this point is this is the time when you're going to weigh the least during the day, statistically speaking. It's also the best time because you're going to actually remember to do it. The next step is to just log that number. Now, some people like to put this on a piece of paper. Other people like to put it into an app. I personally like to put it into a spreadsheet, which you can get for free on my website, 6milestosupper.com/freebies. The next step is to take that number that you just saw with a grain of salt. Which leads us into the mistakes people tend to make when they start weighing themselves daily. A lot of people, and this used to be my habit too, will take that number as either an indictment of what they ate the day before or a blessing to continue doing the things that they did the day before. And this can lead to either frustration or weight gain depending on what's going on. Or you can overeat the day before, but because of the way water weight works and just how things are, you may see a lower number on the scale. On the other hand, the day before, maybe you ate in a deficit, but maybe you also had a lot of water. And so your weight might be up the next day. It's important to understand that the scale is laggy, meaning that those daily little overeating sessions that you're having will eventually show up as higher numbers overall. And likewise, if you are overall eating in a deficit, your weight will trend downwards. What I have found to be the most helpful is to keep track of my 7-day average, meaning you take the last 7 days of your weights, you add them all up, and then divide that number by 7. And then I watch how my 7-day average trends over about 6 weeks of time. The reason I look at 6 weeks as opposed to anything shorter than that is that I'm female, so I have a monthly cycle, and that can wreak havoc on the numbers as well. I have a whole video about the 7-day average if you want a deeper dive into that, which I'll link to in this video. Another mistake people make is they tie their self-worth to that number on the scale. And that's just a mistake. You are a valuable person. You're just as valuable, whether you're obese or whether you're underweight or whether you're just, a normal weight. The number on the scale is just showing you how many pounds your body weighs, and that's it. If you're wanting to lose weight, you need to be able to see yourself making progress, meaning you need to know what you weigh. That way you can see when the scale starts trending down. If you don't do that, it's going to be very hard to stay motivated to do your plan day in and day out. But look, I get it. You might be afraid of the scale. I know I was. Back in 2015, I had gone several years without weighing. And that morning when I finally decided to face the number, I was terrified. I felt sick to my stomach and my heart felt like it was going to be out of my chest. But I got on the scale and I looked at the number. And the number was actually much higher than what I thought it was going to be. It was 222 pounds when I thought it was going to be like 185. But it was a turning point on my weight loss journey. I really wish I would have weighed sooner because it would have gotten me on track faster. So if you're afraid, here's what I would suggest. First of all, take a deep breath. and know that it's going to be okay. Next, remind yourself that you already weigh this amount. Whatever the number is on the scale that you're about to see, that is the truth. Avoiding getting on the scale, that's not going to change anything. Next, commit to daily weighing. Just tell yourself you're going to weigh every day, and that's just what you do. It's like brushing your teeth, it's like combing your hair. These are not going to be discussions or debates that you have with yourself. You're just going to do it for your own health. Also, try depersonalizing this experience a little bit. I found it helpful to think of myself kind of in the third person. Like when I get on the scale, I am just the nurse who is taking the patient's weight. And then lastly, just know that the first time is the hardest. And then the next morning is going to be a little bit easier. And then the next morning is going to be a little bit easier. And by like a week or so, it's going to feel like, oh, this is no big deal. 2 weeks in, it's basically a habit, and you're not going to really think very much about it. That's not to say that there won't be days where your number's higher and you're in a bad mood and things are not going well. That'll happen, but just know that if you're committed to this, it does get easier. I have found it very helpful to think of daily weighing as a daily victory on the weight loss journey. It's something I can completely control. I might not be able to control what the number is doing on a day-to-day basis because of water weight and everything, but I can control whether I get on the scale or not. And by the way, if you ever feel stuck or overwhelmed on the weight loss journey, I do have coaching offers available on my website. Right now, I'm offering speed coaching, which are short 15-minute sessions that are designed to fit easily into your busy life. Visit 6milestosupper.com/coaching to book your session. Daily weighing is one habit that will keep you on track on the weight loss journey, no matter what kind of plan you end up doing. I've been weighing myself daily for almost 10 years now, and it is the one habit that when I think about all the different things I've done, fasting, the walking, 6 miles a day, when it really comes down to it though, the scale has been the thing that has shown me whether I'm on track or not. It has been an excellent accountability partner, and I highly recommend it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.